What is going on, guys? For nearly 2 decades, the idea of Tom Brady playing for a team not named the New England Patriots seemed ridiculous. But ever since the 2019 offseason, folks have begun to speculate if the impossible will become possible. Brady's contract situation, rumors of problems with Belichick, and the fact that he's been mum on his future has some wondering if Brady could really leave Foxborough. The Patriots have plenty of reason to keep Brady, but also plenty of reason to let him walk. Here's 5 of each. Number 5, keep him. Is Jarrett Stidham ready? The Patriots drafted Auburn product Jarrett Stidham in the 4th round, 133rd overall in 2019. With Brady signing an extension in the offseason, it was reasonable to think that Bill Belichick was fully planning for Stidham to be Brady's eventual successor. Now, Belichick has proven he can win with any quarterback. Brady, Matt Castle, and Jimmy Garoppolo are the most notable examples of this. We know to never doubt Belichick, but would Stidham realistically be ready to take over the offense after just 1 year of grooming? Garoppolo was a backup for 2 years before he started twice in 2016 during Brady's suspension for the Deflategate scandal. And Garoppolo, with all due respect to Stidham, is a more polished quarterback. Hard to envision a 4th rounder being ready to lead a team after nothing more than 4 pass attempts in his rookie year. Belichick needs to give Stidham at least 1 or 2 more years of grooming before the latter can take over. That's why it makes sense to keep Brady for another couple years. Spend some time developing Stidham, then go from there. Number 5, ditch him. Brady is only a short-term option. 2020 will mark Brady's age 42 season. And though the Patriots have continued to win with TB12 at the helm, the stats show that he's on quite the decline. But more on that later. As Belichick and Robert Kraft try to keep their dynasty going, they have to ask themselves if it's smart to keep rolling with the quarterback in his mid-40s. Yeah, Brady wants to play until he's 45. He's already stated that. But Belichick isn't going to pick sentimental favorites here. He has to do what's best for business.
Cousin, business is booming.
The San Francisco 49ers dynasty of the 80s and 90s may have ended much earlier if they didn't wisely choose Steve Young over Joe Montana. So why should Belichick keep Brady around when we know he's no longer a top-tier quarterback? Shouldn't the Patriots head coach want somebody who can play at an elite level for a long period of time, thus putting them in better shape to win more Super Bowls over the course of the next decade? Belichick should be thinking long-term here, and he probably is. But then again, he might have to work with 2 more years of Brady. Number 4, keep him. For PR's sake. Belichick is the last guy that will tell you about the importance of PR.
Stupid thing.
Patriots fans have always stated, "In Bill we trust," as they should, even though he's made many moves that weren't popular at the time from a PR standpoint. Moving on from franchise icons and favorites like Adam Vinatieri, Randy Moss, Willie McGinnis, Ty Law, Richard Seymour, and Wes Welker didn't sit well with Pats fans at first. But with all due respect to Belichick, it's safe to say that Tom Brady is far more loved, admired, and looked up to than Belichick. That's just how it is. Fans always idolize and admire the athlete more than the coach. It's just how things work. Robert Kraft keeps emphasizing his desire to keep Brady around. So if Belichick were to ditch Brady, against the wishes of the owner and the millions of Patriots fans, it could very well stain some of his reputation and legacy. Even if Belichick makes the right move, many Patriots fans will have a tough time forgiving him for ditching Brady. Maybe Belichick should just keep everyone happy and his image intact by keeping Tommy Terrific around until he's ready to call it a career. But again, we don't know. Number 4, ditch him. Save the cap space. Various reports suggest that Brady doesn't want to take another hometown discount, something he's willingly taken for the better part of the past decade. And after all he's done for the organization for 2 decades, it's easy to see why Brady wants to earn what he's worth. But should Belichick really dish out 30-something million per season to Brady just to be nice? That wouldn't be a smart business move, especially when Belichick knows he can win with other quarterbacks. The Patriots have some key free agents to retain, namely on defense. Belichick will have to save up some money to keep the ones he wants, and he'll have to use the remaining cap space to replace the guys he loses. Letting Brady walk might be the right call here. Let somebody else pay $30 million or more for Brady. Use that money to find a cheaper quarterback. Then spend the rest on fixing up your holes wherever else, namely on the offensive line and at wide receiver. Number 3, keep him. Familiarity in offense. Offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels has been with the Patriots since 2001, Brady's first season as a starter when the team won its first Super Bowl. McDaniels left to coach the Denver Broncos in 2009 and 2010, and he spent 1 year with the St. Louis Rams as their offensive coordinator before rejoining New England. McDaniels is an offensive mastermind, but what are the odds that he and Belichick could find another signal caller to perfectly fit the New England system? The crafty play calls, the trick plays with Julian Edelman, the ways of beating the blitz. You really can't find a better fit for the system than Brady. He's only spent 2 decades in the offense after all. McDaniels turned down the chance to take a head coaching gig with the Indianapolis Colts. Keeping Brady ensures that New England has a quarterback they can be comfortable with for the long haul. So why take the chance by cutting him loose while simply hoping that the next guy will manage to quickly learn the schemes and system of McDaniels and Belichick? Might want to play it safe here and keep Brady, coach. Number 3, ditch him. Quarterback-friendly system. Well, on the other side of the coin, yes, Brady is the perfect fit for New England's system. We're not here to tell you that TB12 is simply a system QB, but the Patriots did win Super Bowl 53 when Brady only had 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions throughout the 3 playoff games. And the Patriots won 12 games in 2019 despite a leaky offense that couldn't get anything going in the second half of the season. If the Patriots can win a Super Bowl, then win 12 more games the ensuing year without an MVP caliber version of Brady, then why can't they win with a simple quarterback upgrade? In the Patriots' first 3 Super Bowl titles, they were a heavy defensive first system. Brady was the ideal game manager at the time. This New England defense is as good as many other in the Belichick era. They will always give this team a chance. You can't tell us that another quarterback would fail mightily in New England. Belichick doesn't rely on his quarterback to throw 300 yards and 3 touchdowns a game to win. If the Pats can win a Super Bowl with a declining age 41 quarterback, they can win with a better and younger replacement. So maybe it does make sense for the Patriots to ditch Brady here. It really isn't hard to imagine another quarterback thriving in their QB-friendly system. Number 2, keep him. They can still win with him. Well, you know what they say. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. As much as Brady has tailed off in terms of production over the years, the Patriots have constantly found ways to win. I mean, he won't consistently take over games on his own anymore, but Brady can still deliver in the clutch. No matter what his physical limitations are at this point of his career, he had a performance for the ages in the 2018 AFC Championship game against the Chiefs, and Brady did just enough to guide his team past a stingy Rams defense in Super Bowl 53. Yeah, he's declined, but the Patriots at least know that Brady is still good enough to manage games and make the plays when he has to. Brady simply won't cost his team with poor decisions and turnovers. Belichick could always just remind himself that he won a Super Bowl with a 41-year-old quarterback, then 12 games the following year with a lackluster offense that was bailed out by a great defense. Maybe that will be enough for him to decide that New England can keep the dynasty going with number 12. Number 2, ditch him. The decline. Brady's passing yards per game numbers have dropped every year since 2016. His completion percentage has gone down every year since 2017. Even though he's still good at avoiding sacks and turnovers, Brady is still no longer an elite MVP quarterback. Like we pointed out earlier, the Patriots have found ways to win with a declining Brady. But how much longer will that keep up? In 2019, they could have very well won the Super Bowl with an upgraded quarterback. Belichick knows he'd be working with a game manager if he kept Brady. But if you have the chance to upgrade, why not go for it? No different than having a serviceable car, household appliance, or cell phone, but choosing to get something even better. Age and the mediocre supporting cast have been the key factors in Brady's decline. It's hard for us to think it's going to get better. Valuable and treasured offensive line coach Dante Scarnecchia unfortunately retired. Rob Gronkowski isn't coming back. Julian Edelman isn't getting any younger, and Belichick has struggled to find quality pass catchers in the draft time and time again. It's time for Belichick to understand that Brady is what he is now. A past his prime signal caller who can still be good, but not great. When has Belichick ever been okay with just good though? He expects and commands greatness, which is why it makes sense to move on from Brady. Number 1, keep him. Loyalty. At the end of the day, keeping Brady comes down to one thing: loyalty. Maybe Belichick and the Patriots would have been a dynasty without Brady, but certainly they wouldn't have won 6 Super Bowls. You don't replace Brady's leadership, clutch factor, poise, awareness, and football IQ. You just don't. Brady has done more than enough for the Patriots to the point that he deserves to end his career on his terms, however he wants. Other coaches, assistants, scouts, and front office personnel have come and gone during the Patriots dynasty. Pro Bowl talents at every position have been replaced. Fan favorites left for greener pastures. The team moved from Foxborough Stadium to Gillette Stadium. These have been ongoing cycles in New England. But Kraft, Brady, and Belichick have been the only 3 constants from the start of the dynasty to the present. After all these years of breaking records, making history, and winning Super Bowl championships, 6 by the way, is Belichick really going to turn his back on TB12 when the latter's near the finish line? In the sporting world, you have to choose between loyalty and business. We know what Belichick always does, but Brady should be an exception for this rule. For everything Brady has done in New England, you have to simply keep this guy until he's ready to call it quits, on his terms. And I'm pretty sure Belichick knows that. Number 1, ditch him. There are better quarterbacks available now. The 2020 free agent and trade markets, along with the draft, give Bill Belichick and the Patriots plenty of intriguing options to replace Brady. Phillip Rivers, one of the most prolific passers of his era, will be a free agent. Say what you want about his lack of career accomplishments compared to Brady's, but the current version of Rivers just might be better than the current version of Brady. The perennial Pro Bowler is a great replacement if New England decides they still want to win now. The Carolina Panthers have to make a choice on Cam Newton. Bill Belichick loves his competitors, and a healthy Newton could be a serviceable long-term option for the Pats. What if Belichick and McDaniels recruited Jameis Winston?
You serious?
That one I don't really agree with, but It could happen. He can't put up the fancy stats, but if they showed him how to cut down on the turnovers, Winston, he could be a star. Maybe. Did he get LASIK? He just got LASIK, right? Who knows? Teddy Bridgewater set himself up for a big deal after filling in nicely for Breeze. That's another long-term solution for New England to look at. What if the Vegas Raiders or Indianapolis Colts made a play for Brady? Belichick could trade for Derek Carr or even old friend Jacoby Brissett. And of course, Belichick could get crazy at the draft and surrender a bundle of picks to move up for someone like Justin Herbert or Tua. And is it just us, or are all of these upcoming QB draft picks kind of looking better than a declining Brady? Belichick could make any of them a true winner. We all know that. Any of them could be Belichick's version of Steve Young. That is a guy who replaces a franchise legend before becoming a franchise legend himself. So yeah, Belichick, we could fully understand your choice to ditch Brady if you found a quarterback upgrade. That's fine. And lucky for you, there will be a ton of intriguing options available out there during the 2020 NFL offseason. So good luck to everybody. Do you think the Patriots should keep Tom Brady? Join me in the comment section below. Make sure to follow myself and TPS on social media. Post great content all the time. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, wherever I go find us. Make sure to like this video. It takes one click right down below. Subscribe to TPS. We post videos every single day. Of course, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jason Biondo. I'll see you next time.
My knee.